What's up, guys? So we're live. I've been back at the gym a little bit. So how is everyone? We got some dopamine from the Bitcoin altcoin market. We got some all-time highs. We got all-time highs on the Dow, mostly. We got all-time highs on the SPY. We've got an interesting market. Especially if you are to be subscribed to my free newsletter, you already knew this was coming. You knew the CSOI would be approved, and you also have a pretty good idea for what's coming next. This is the false sense of security phase. I would hope that you know that. You've seen refineries being destroyed around the world. You've seen infrastructure that will take years to replace being taken down. Energy infrastructure. You need to understand energy lockdowns are coming. Not the same lockdowns as they were during the virus that you're restricted, but you can't go anywhere. Like there'll be no flights. You can't leave your home country. If you're trapped in Australia, at the end of the year, you're not able to leave the country because the flights are finished. There's no boats leaving the spot. And then if you're to turn around and be like, okay, I'd like to leave the spot now, they'll go, okay, 6 to 12 months later you can, but there's an exit tax, there's a wealth tax, like pay your exit tax and you can leave. This idea in Germany where they're talking about soldiers and, locals can't leave, that's coming. You better be ready for that. I've told you guys all along the kind of the game that's to be played. And crypto's great. Altcoins are great. They've been very depressed. So now that they're moving on a spring, which is great. In SRB crypto, we made, I would say, a 10x on Sky AI. Made 6 figures for myself. Groups made great money. If you're not in there, you should be. But also TCM, which is good. I've been doing a lot of TCM content, which is the Complete Man, which is my product. I do one-to-one calls if you want to jump on and really I fix any problem. I'm the greatest. So hello SRB, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing very well. I'm in Asia at the moment. I've been training a bit, been focused on outside of SolStake. So essentially what happens with SolStake TV, I spent millions of dollars to build it. We launched on CoinStore, which is a crypto exchange based out of Singapore, and we raised 1.92 million and they rug pulled us on the whole raise. They didn't give us any of the money, which is amazing. So, that's a very interesting dynamic that they have out of there. They're running consistent scams. But, now we're disputing it. We'll see what happens. But, it was a bit of a disaster. It's been an interesting process, to say the least. And then, obviously, crypto is down, and it's not really a great market to be now launching projects. So, it's rough, right? But it is what it is. These things do happen. You have to keep moving forward. You have to make an assessment. Sometimes something goes against you and you just have to reassess and move forward. Then to get dwelling in, what could be, and we're in disputes and, we can go to court and we can make a bunch of threats and all this stuff. You just move into the direction of the next thing. So to focus on, essentially my group, my guys, crypto is good at the moment. I think this is a bull trap. I've told you guys that we're in essentially a bear trap at 65K. I posted that. I was the only one saying that 60K wouldn't break, and now that's the issue. Oh yeah, I think that we can go to court and stuff like that, but that stuff is very slow. Like going through courts can take 1 to 2 years. We'll see what happens. But I'm pretty unimpressed in general. But that's crypto. Like crypto is an unimpressive industry, to be fair. Is it possible that the long term, the West is still the best place? They at least have some ideas of freedom and would put up with some kind of resistance. Everyone else is just happy to be enslaved. It's an interesting concept. The West is like the West gets a bad rap, but if you're like a normie, like you're living a normal life, the West is the best. Like it really is. A lot of people run around and they're from like complete shitholes and they say the West sucks, but they really can't even wait to get there. Like I've said before, a lot of guys from certain religions say that white girls and Western girls suck, but then as soon as they even see one, they lose their shit entirely. It's all a laugh. Like it's a complete farce. Those ideas are a complete farce. I look at what people do, not really what they say, because everyone says a lot of stuff, but what they do is very different. Everyone wants to come to the West, like the West is the king. It's the truth. Maybe you're a multi-millionaire and you want to go stay in Dubai and places like that. That's okay. But when you want to build something, you're probably going to be building it out of the West mostly. The West, capitalism works. It works for actual innovation because they don't have like repressed thinking. Innovation only exists with levels of freedom. These places where they're like, kind of communist playgrounds or things like that, they don't really develop anything. Like they've never really built anything that's like technology that matters. It's always they're far behind. Their ideas don't work. A lot of countries, in the Middle East, even if they have unlimited money, they've never built anything. Like nothing really works out of those places. Like it really, there's not a lot happening. Actually, like development wise, actually like forwarding humanity, bringing humanity forward. There's not really much happening out of those spots. They're more just like a middle area, like a beacon area, a middle harbor spot, like the UAE in place of Saudi. They got a lot of oil and they got a lot of energy, and they're good contributors, and that works really well. But yeah, so regarding the crypto market, because obviously I'm not going to stay here on here that long. I have shit to do. I'm probably going to go out tonight. It's late, but yeah, so that's what I'm up to, and yeah, everything's going pretty well. Yeah, things are good. It's going well. Crypto's going good. Make your money in crypto. Like I say, there's a lot of exit pumps on alts. These are exit pumps. Don't get delusional to be like, we're back, I'm going to hold till the moon. This is a bull. Now we're in a bear trap. Now we're moving into a bull trap. This bull trap can last like 1, 2, 3 months. This ceasefire in Iran will be broken. I told you guys the ceasefire will come, and now it will be broken, likely via a very large false flag from Iran that gets everyone against them. That's the truth. Like, that's the truth of the matter. So yeah, I would be kind of ready for that. But Bitcoin can be 85, 90K before then. It's possible. And then but we need a wind up to break 60K. This will be the wind up. Going into midterms, I would expect, that there'll be a lot of craziness happening in the US and globally. So be ready for that. Stay frosty. If you got your altcoin positions and you're happy to hold, fine. But if you're in the Dow or places like that, be ready for a 40K Dow. Like, are you really ready? Most people aren't. Are you ready for a 6K S&P? Those things are coming. We can go, this can last for a month or two, but this ceasefire won't last because it's made not to. Like, it's made not to last. The only reason that will change my mind is if the US takes all of their troops and all of their tech and all of their equipment and goes back to the States, and very unlikely that they will in fact do that. This is just a reprieve. The destructions of the refineries and the ammonia plants and things like that are happening throughout the world, that's interesting. Like, they're destroying a bunch of energy infrastructure, and then there's a lot of people who are involved in nuclear fusion or fusion technology going missing in the States. Don't you see that there's something happening with energy? Like, that's very obvious. The US has had 20 of their top, or 12 or something of their top scientists in nuclear fusion, new forms of fusion, UFOs, sort of in astrophysicists and things like that, like their actual eggheads in those positions just go missing and die under mysterious circumstances. So I could see that there's clearly an attack on energy happening. Have they formed a new form of fusion that they don't actually need this oil? Like, is it possible that they in fact have? Is the US, again, like always, actually developed a new tech that they don't need a lot of the stuff that they used to need, and now they're slowing down the energy of their competitors? It's possible. The US, again, I'm not saying that the US that I agree with them, but they're like a century ahead of the world. Like, they're so far ahead that it's actually genuinely unbelievable. The US can almost go to war with the whole world and win. Like, they're so far ahead, it's completely unbelievable. Like, it's really unbelievable, specifically in innovation, like the technology and things that they have. They had the technology and that they were ahead in that regard, but now they have the intelligence because they're utilizing one specific intelligence group from another country that's the best at intelligence work, like deception. Their agency work, they're the best. And now they've combined with the US, and now they're the best at all of those things as well. Different forms of unconventional warfare, deception, trickery as well. So you have the country that already has all of the firepower, and then you also have the deception on top of it. That's a dangerous mix. That's what essentially the US has. But yeah, so what I think with the markets and what I think with everything, I think that obviously a bull trap now, 85, 90Ks on the table. Maybe we can get close to 100. Everyone gets excited. Everyone bets the house, and then 60K breaks. That's coming. We're in the wind-up phase. You can't break 60K major support. You can't just break it because everything that had bad had already happened. If it didn't break on, the Binance crash, if it didn't break on, the war, didn't break on furthering the war, troops in, talks of nuclear escalation. If it didn't break from all of that, it was never going to break. It needs people to believe again. It needs buyers at 80 or 90K again that become sellers at 60K. It needs longs, like it needs trap longs. It doesn't need more shorts. Shorts are essentially, sellers. Like they doesn't need more shorts. It will get, essentially it'll get a shooting star top that will form, whether it's at 85 or 90K, we'll see. There'll be a shooting star top on Bitcoin that will break 60K. That's coming. So basically be ready for that. Be ready for that. Yeah, but also to understand that surveillance happening out of those countries, they have to say that they love the system because you can't say otherwise. You can't jump on and be like, yeah, the system sucks, that they're really surveillance and I don't enjoy it because you're gone. In China and things like that, like you're finished if you say things like that. So they can't say anything of their own free will. And they also snitch on each other a lot. That's in the culture. They get social credit to dob on each other. There's a lot of dobbing. In Singapore, there's a lot of dobbing. Like there's signs and things up being like, if you see anything, report them here. And there's a lot of that. Incentivized dobbing will be a big thing in the West that will become massive. Your neighbor's using more power than you. Your neighbor's doing more things than you. Your neighbor's not reported a bunch of bullshit. Uh, $1.10 Sui. I think Sui can run to like $1.40 or $1.50 or maybe even $2. Over the next 1 to 2 months. I think that's possible. That would be a massive bull trap, and that would be interesting. $2 Sui, you would be looking to get all out of Sui at that point, and that would be a considerable, still a loss, but not a terrible one, because Sui will go to like 50 or 60 cents in the next 6 months. It's just a fact. Like, I understand the economy and the markets move against the position that hurts the most people. Most people would be hurt by essentially a Binance crash, one, because no one was ready for that. I wasn't ready for Binance to crash and drop bolts like 60 or 70% in 1 minute. I wasn't ready for, I was ready that at 60K, I knew 60K wasn't going to break. That's what I said to my members at SRB Crypto. I drew them a chart. It played out. That was my call. I drew a chart up that played out very well. I said that this was essentially now down was a bear trap. Bears were getting trapped at 65K. And I said that they're loading shorts and they'll be liquidated on the way up. I said that we'll get to 80. We're nearly 80 now. I said the ceasefire would be approved, that it would come through. It's come through. I said, though, that the ceasefire will be broken. It's a pretend one. It's not real. And that that's going to be the wind-up period that breaks 60K because it hurts the most amount of people. You need confidence above all-time highs, but in crypto, you just need confidence above like 80 or 85K. And everyone comes back in, the longs are open again, and they become the force that breaks 60K. Momentum is important. The market only understands like momentum up and then back down. There's now a momentum because people went long, and now the longs are trapped and they're forced sellers on the way down. The markets destroy the most amount of people. So when everyone's kind of flicked bullish now, they're going to get fucked in the ass. And that's just the way that it goes. It's the way that it has to go. It's just the way that everything is set up. But yeah, I mean, I hope that you guys are staying strong. There's nothing to be upset about. Good opportunities are coming. Great opportunities are coming in the AI space for crypto. That's the next narrative. The next narrative of the next cycle, whether it's the end of year, early next year. I believe that it's likely that September, October, November will be terrible. Like they'll be very, very grim to be around. So I think that it's possible. It's possible that they will. I think it's likely. I think that they might nuke Iran. Which island? Maybe they'll nuke that Karg Island where they have a bunch of oil infrastructure. Like they can nuke it if they want, form a tactical nuke there, and do massive damage if they want. Why do so many Indians migrate to Western countries such as Australia and the US for work and become citizens? How does this migration affect jobs? I think it's pretty obvious. Like a lot of those people, their country is a shithole. Like it's the truth. Who the fuck wants to live there? It's a dump. It just is what it is. So, I mean, when they see the West and see places like that, they see more opportunities and they're like, well, I wouldn't mind getting in there as well. I can't blame them. But often the same reason that their country sucks, the new country that they go to could suck as well because they bring the same mentality and mindset. And, I'm going to just throw trash on the floor. My country is a dump. And it's a dump because of littering and a dump because, people don't really have any hygiene. But now I'm just going to take that same mentality and turn your country into a shithole. I've said it before, and it could be harsh, but part of the game going forward is actually just going to be staying away from those people in all areas of life. Like, it's the truth. I don't really want to spend a ton of time with them because there's no upside for me. Like, why should I have to? I don't want to, so I don't. I live in a place where I don't have to. I vote with my feet and my checkbook, like my wallet I voted for. I don't sit there because if you're in Canada, US, even Australia, you'll look up and you're not in charge of who comes in the country. Like you're not in charge of all of the visas and things that they approve. You have no say in that. You pay the taxes, but you have no say in what it is that they're doing. You know, those people, like, they've multiplied in the Australia and countries like that. Like, I see videos of like people getting on the bus and like those same people just pushing people out of the way as always just to get on. Because again, that some people don't have a soul. Like, you need to come to terms with that. Not everyone is the same. It's obvious. Like, some people in those sort of dumps, it's obvious when you look at them. There's a lot missing. You need a certain level of intelligence to also reflect on your own actions. And your conscious is not with everyone. Like, not everyone is in fact conscious, but they also don't have a conscience. Like, some of those people don't at all. Some of those people are scrupulous. Like, they'll scam you. They don't care at all. Like, they don't care. Like, they can just deceive constantly and just lie. And if there's a scam to be had, they'll do it. You know, they arrive and just immediately erode. They're from a low trust country, and as soon as they arrive, they erode the trust immediately. You leave like a can of soda out and walk up, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to grab another drink, and come back and it's stolen. So they're eroding trust just a little bit at a time. And then other people look in and they're like, oh, I had my shit stolen, so I'm just going to take someone else's. Like, this place is a dump anyway. People steal my shit, so I'm just going to start stealing as well. Everyone's pushing in to get on the bus, so I'm just going to push in as well. Why not? So those are the places where they come and they destroy societies as they destroy the fabric of society. It's not a popular thing to say because no one likes to say the truth, but it is the truth. Like, you don't want to visit their countries. Like, if you were even to visit, you wouldn't really want to visit, let alone stay there. But then you're meant to, like, some of those countries, again, if you were to visit their country, you're not safe. Like, if I'm sending my mum to like Syria or one of some of these places, she wouldn't be safe to even walk around the street. But I'm meant to be really tolerant of them running around the country that I'm from. It's a very interesting dynamic. And then you guys have been psyoped that the Middle East is a dump because the US has bombed it, but the Middle East would be a dump regardless. Like, it's their mentality. It is who they are. Like, you take a lot of Afghanis, and I'm not against them. You know, there are some good ones. But you only have to look at the crime statistics coming out of the Euro, and it's completely unacceptable behavior. It's very obvious that their behavior is completely unacceptable, and their mindset doesn't gel in a civilized society. A lot of their beliefs don't work in civilization. They only exist in the caves. A lot of their beliefs against women are completely repulsive. Like, they're disgusting. And now you see a lot of like white boys that couldn't get any girls in their own country. Now they convert to certain groups just so that the girls have to talk to them. Like, it's so disgustingly obvious. Like, their dream is to trap a chick because in the West, the girls don't even want to look their way. These guys are so superior and dominant and all of these things, but when they come to the West, like, there's a lot of forcing women to do things. So when women have free will, they don't want anything to do with you. And then you look in at their countries and you're like, that's why their women aren't even allowed to study. Like, their idea only exists in suppression. Others are slaves to me because if they can speak freely, I have to control them in the mechanism of religion. Because if they have free choice and freedoms, they're going to leave like immediately. If they're educated, they're not going to stick around. Others only exist in those groups to enslave others in a religious framework that actually just benefits them, because a lot of people don't even live within the framework. They just get the peasants to do it. You know, I'm this religious type and all of this, but then you look at like who's watching the most porn in the world. A lot of those countries out of the Middle East, again, are rampant porn consumers. So again, a lot of those guys, their understanding of sex and women comes from watching porn. They're just completely disturbed, a lot of those types. Have you watched the movie They Live, where demons or aliens live secretly amongst us? They could even be our friends, parents, or published. Do you think this is happening? I don't think so. But remember that I also don't believe that. So my mentality is that everything that exists is for you, like you manifested your own life here. I think that the universe started when you arrived. You know, your universe itself started when you arrived. Everything came with you, and everything will leave when you leave. Temptation exists. You know, people can tempt you, people can be in your life, people can be there to lead you astray, which is one thing to understand the concept of, like, people could be a demon or an angel under that mechanism. They could just be see, I also don't think Lucifer is intentionally, like, it's not personal. He has to exist as a balance concept. Like, he's the tempter. He can't force you to do things. Like, when you see Epstein types and, you know, you see these politicians and things and why they're completely ensnared, that he didn't force them to go to the island. He didn't make you do it. He didn't make you bang a kid. Like, he didn't force you to do it. He might have put you in a position to tempt you, and, you know, it's the trip down Dante's Inferno. You go in there step by step, and then before you know it, you're in a compromising position. But he never forced anyone to go there. If you see Epstein, he's not a scary dude. He doesn't look scary at all. That's the devil. The devil doesn't look like a big beast running around with horns, and he's going to force you to do shit. He's the smooth voice in the ear. He's a good talker. He's a persuader. He's not a force. Like, he's not forcing you to do certain things. He just whispers in your ear at the right time. He pulls at the right mechanisms. He knows the right levers to pull on. That's it. It's just which one you look to. So even with Lucifer or others, I don't take that side as bad. I just think that it's just a balance concept. Like, both have to exist. If you don't have free will and temptation doesn't exist, like, everyone's going to heaven. Like, everyone's going to heaven regardless. Like, these ideas in these cave types where if you're not the same religion as me, like, you can die. That shit's dumb. Like, that shit's so stupid. I mean, there's no free will. It doesn't mean anything to be the religion. Like, because if there's no faith, like, faith is a key component of religion. It just really is. Like, faith is I believe this way, not I have to go this way or I'll be killed. If I'm not this religion, like, they're going to shoot me. That's not real. Like, that's just pretend. That shit's all pretend. Have I seen the movie The Passion of the Christ? No, I haven't seen that. I don't like to watch those ideas because I also believe in its own way it's a shame ritual. Like, I don't like the idea of looking at Jesus and being like he was crucified and all of that, because I also understand the cross exists because they're mocking you. That's why they love to show you the cross. You can talk about the cross all day because that's where they killed him, but you can't talk about the life of Jesus. You can't talk about what he stood against. You can't talk about why he was crucified, just that he was in fact crucified. So when they run him around for April and they show you him, you understand that you're being humiliated and mocked by the elites when they show him. He's the last one that stood against them and they crucified him. That's just strictly a mockery. Again, it's not something for your own doing. That's why they only allow you to go that deep. They don't want you to look further. Also, I reframe it as we killed him. Not I reframe it as he was doing all of these things and this is why we killed him. They don't want you to ask why he died. Why do you think that he died? Whose tables was he flipping? Who did he stand against? Are they in fact the same tables that exist today? I think that you'll find out that it was. And that's why I understand, like, the Bible plays out within one life cycle. You are in fact playing the story of Jesus. You are. You're not playing it in that you're to be crucified, but that's the life of the guy who follows the rules of Jesus, like the laws of that specific part of the universe. You better be ready for that end final. A lot of you aren't. It's the truth. Like, where do you think it's going to go 30 or 40 years from now? You will be on a decay to be a Christian. Like, you'll be on a massive decay, a social credit decay. Like, you will be. You'll have a lot of problems to be a Christian in 10 years' time. That'll be logged on your social credit status, like your UBI idea. You will lose shit to be Jesus Christ as King. Like, you will lose things under that idea. That's the congruency funnel. Like, that's it. Life is a congruency funnel to find your soul and then not lose it. Most people won't find it in their lifetime because they're not on the right path. It's the truth. Do I think this rally will squeeze to all-time high? No, I don't think so. Although that's possible, because then it will trap the most amount of people before an absolute collapse or crash. It's possible. Maybe a marginally higher. I doubt it, but I give it a 10% chance. That would be the most heartbreaking because everyone would be completely all in. All of the mockery. This could drag. So what, April to like June? Everyone's cheering. Everyone's on top of the world. What, you got out, you're in. Sailor's doing backflips that he's the smartest man in the world again, and then we drop quickly. It's possible. I don't think so, but I believe that the outcome would be the same. But it would be a hell of a bull trap, which is what I project anyway. So that's my take. I've been in the gym a little bit, but I still got more work to do. So any more questions, guys? Because I think we're going to go out soon. Are we, baby? We'll go out soon? So we're going to go out soon. So any more questions? She's playing The Sims. So how's your house in there? Is it good? She built a mansion in the Sims. Do I think Iran will 9/11 America? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right? It's certainly very possible. I think it's very possible. No, but thanks for the call on Sky AI. It changed my life for real. That's okay, man. I'm glad that you got a good outcome from it, right? I'm glad that I try to help people as much as I can. It's a good thing, essentially just keep pushing and, do the best that you can. And also don't let stuff get you down, right? You got to stay. The hardest thing in life also is you can't become cold to opportunity. Most things are bullshit, right? Like, most things are scams. A lot of stuff is bullshit. A lot of stuff is crap. But yeah, that's the, you got to stay open to new opportunities. That's it. The Complete Man course is quite expensive. Could you clarify what is expected from participants? It's not really a course, it's a community. So you join and then you get access to a bunch of pretty much wisdom that I've posted, courses, but it's all paid. You only pay once. And then you're in there and you get access to a bunch of video content on Circle, which covers everything: dating, business, finances, investing, a lot of in-depth information about women. And yeah, really, really kind of everything. I mean, covers your Instagram game, covers what to do, how to actually use your own frame, how to vet women, how to find them, how to build a network, how to build a brotherhood. It is itself a network in TCM as well. We do meetups. So, I mean, I think in the spectrum of things, it's cheap. How did I meet my girl? No, she messaged me. We met. I was on TikTok, I think, and we started talking off there. So, which is a very good girl. Any more questions? Have you seen the Pope condemn Trump for the war? The Pope is he's a psyop. Like, the Pope is a fraud. I would hope that you don't take anything that he says very serious. The Pope exists so that they can eventually the Antichrist will be seated at the Vatican. Like, that's that's a fraudulent concept. They've said before that there's a parallel church running out of the Vatican. I mean, you need to see some of the bishops and things that have come forward and kind of outed the Vatican. Like, they're not doing that. They do that with great personal detriment. Anything that exists, like, God is not centralized. Like, God himself did not centralize the Bible. He didn't centralize that you have to do this and you have to do that, and the only way to meet me is to come to me here. And, I'm going to get all of this information, like the archives, and I'm going to hide them from the world, and, like, I'm controlling information, and I'm doing. Why do you think that they do that? The only reason that they burn books and control information is so that they have secret information and you don't. You're existing in a framework. They're out of the framework because they've already ascended it. They just gave you a bite-sized piece. Like, the Bible itself is just a piece. Like, they have ascended information, right? Like, they have secrets and, like, secrets that transcend the Bible. The Bible exists in this little framework that keeps you very, like, grounded in the physical kind of an idea, like restricted. There's a lot of restrictions in here that you have to abide by, but they've actually usurped it because they have a lot more information that they never pass down. Do I see this as attempt to collapse the USD person? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. They won't collapse the dollar yet until they have something else, which is eventually likely to be Bitcoin as well, right? Yeah, the bidding of Nikola Tesla book is crazy. Universal knowledge here. Yeah, I never saw that. I never saw the Tesla stuff. I never really went through it and had a look. But I know that what's the story? Nikola Tesla died, right? And then Trump's uncle was the one that actually went through his safe and essentially said that there was no further information there, and then went on to find he created a bunch of discoveries. His uncle, right? The X-ray or some other shit, like serious discoveries, right? He made a lot of money. And he was the one that essentially went through Tesla's workshop after it burnt down magically and then opened his safe and said, there's nothing here. It's arguable that he found information on time travel. I mean, Tesla himself was doing a lot of study on that sort of a realm. Nikola Tesla was operating on a different level. Like, there's never been another. Musk is nothing on Nikola Tesla. Like, he's not a pimple on his ass. Musk is the best at, he's the best at building speculation, though, and financing ideas. He's the best at financing those ideas, like building them and building a story and actually like getting capital behind the idea. Tesla was shit at marketing. Like what's the other one? Who's Edison? Edison and all of those were better at marketing, like actually building a pretty good product, but marketing and scale and actually being able to deliver to the consumer. Nikola Tesla was good at building freak show projects and not actually building them that were palatable. They were too much for the average person, like the average user. They were too broad. Edison's good at bringing them into one idea, like the light bulb and other things, bringing them into one thing. Nikola Tesla was too expanded. He wasn't a good businessman. And then ultimately, I believe he died pretty much penniless, like broke, kind of lost everything, even his mind in the end. But also, he likely never had it because to be able to operate on such a frequency, he's not existing in this world that we are. That's how his mind would work so well. The idea where he talks about where he's like, I know that there's an ethereal information source that everything exists that will ever exist. I believe that's the lattice concept. And he's like, I don't know how it works, but I know that I can tap into it. It's the truth. Genius and madness run the same. Like anyone who's a genius or thinks, is innovating or building things to be done in the future is going to be crazy. Like when you spend time with them, you're going to be like, this person's fucking weird, of course, because they're not operating in that realm here. They're good at a couple of things, but they're not very good often either of their life can be a complete mess. So that's it. Yeah, I thought Tesla died a lot earlier, but yeah, it's possible. I mean, if there's ever to be a Mandela effect, it would be around him, right? His story is pretty unusual. They think that he might even be an alien, right? I mean, remember that they were saying some like Fed studies or CIA studies or something where they said that they believed that he was an alien. Thoughts on Solana? I think, yeah, it's crashed a lot. Solana can go to like 100, 120 bucks, something like that now. It's possible. I think it's good. And that's pretty much it, right? I think that's all. I got shit to do. I've got to get my stuff done and get ready. And yeah, I think we made good money this week, in SLB crypto. I did a bunch of content. I'm doing daily videos, now. So I hope you guys appreciate it and like it. I did a dating video. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to watch it. I did a tier list of all of the dating stuff that exists now and what actually works and what doesn't. Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, fucking dating apps, the apps. What's best is Instagram, is cold approach, all of these things. Is it worth doing a bunch of them? Is it worth having these apps? Because some of them are complete shit. Yeah, I did what it is that works. You check it out on my channel, give it a look over. I think my stuff is the best. If you want to book a one-to-one call with me, go to stephenronaldbell.com, book a one-on-one. I'm actually doing monthly coaching now. So if you want to do one-on-one coaching monthly, pay me and we can do it. If you want to do one-on-ones for 6 months, I'll teach you everything that it is that I know and make you into the best version of who you can be. But that's the story. That's something that I actually enjoy doing. I do enjoy helping people. But yeah, any more questions or anything that you guys want to cover before I go? That's it. All right, lads. A collab with John Zerkel would be goated. Yeah, I've seen him. I think that he's quite good. I think that some of the stuff that he says is good. I think some of the stuff he says is bullshit. I think some of the stuff is good though. I like him because he is himself. That's what I like. I like when he's just himself. I don't think that he gets on and larps. I don't think that he needs, but he does need to larp to a point because he needs to stay relevant. So he has to keep people around him that don't live by the same code that he does, which is the code of the hypocrisy. Like to be an influencer, you have to be a hypocrite. By definition, everyone has to be. It's the truth of the matter. You have to keep people around that don't abide by your code of life, and it's a bullshit circle. You have to you can't burn bridges, really. So you can't really have too much of an opinion on certain things. I mean, you can go to a certain point and then you have to stop. It's the truth. I mean, that's the truth. Like guys are like, I really love Kanye West, and because Kanye has 1 billion followers. If Kanye was a nobody, these people wouldn't glaze him so much. They would actually hold him to still a standard. You have all of these ideas, but you parade your girl around, dude. Like you're posting like porn on X, like you're behaving like a Kuma. You're promoting people to degeneracy. You are promoting Hitler, and now you're kissing the boot of the fucking rabbi. Like people can't really see you as you are. And then now that he has a lot of clout and a lot of attention, they sit there and say that he's something. So that's the real spectrum of things. But as always, lads, stay strong, keep pushing, keep doing the what it is that you do, keep doing the work. Don't be lazy. Don't be black-pilled. Like just because I come on and I tell you the truths of the world, don't be black-pilled by it. Like accept that these things are likely to play, but you still have a life to live along the way. You're going to die, but that doesn't mean that you don't live in the spectrum of time that you have. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. If you have things and things that you are in fact to do, like get out in nature, do things that don't require a lot of money, do things that you used to do when you're a kid, like stop trying to be some hard ass. That stuff, to be who you actually want to be. If people are important to you, tell them that they're important. Why do you care so much that they might turn around and, leave you or something? If they're telling the truth is going to lose you the people around you, well, then you should tell them anyway, right? Because it's not real. So be who you are, keep pushing and stay strong, and better days are coming. Get through this next, 9 to 12 months. And then, yeah, great days are coming. Stay strong. Talk to you guys soon. Love you all.